Hi, good evening. I am Damien James Smith, and this is my second video for HIST 711 Western Freedoms for the spring 2023 class at Liberty University. So, the second video, we have to discuss what is liberty and what is freedom. In the basic sense, the most common sense, liberty is really the state of being free. Um, you don't have the oppressive restrictions that you would normally have, and in the 21st century, that might be governments like China, North Korea, and and especially Russia, which is going on uh, issues with the Ukraine. Freedom, on the other hand, is your basic power or right to act, to speak out, or to think. Often, China and Russia, you're told what to think. Unlike in America, we have these freedoms basically under or guaranteed under the Bill of Rights. So, for my paper, I am focusing on Abraham Lincoln, and I'm working my way back to earlier sources. So Lincoln itself is very unique. He understood the legal sense of slavery. So legally, he understood that yes, um, we are taking liberty away from slaves, from African Americans, black, different people. But there was freedom within the United States to speak out against, whether it be pro-slavery or anti-slavery. There was that freedom. The only people that we could turn the liberty for was African Americans. Now, in his inaugural address, his first one, he really focused on like four main sources. And his idea was more of an appeasement to save the Union, to preserve the Union. If he could preserve the Union without slavery, he would. If he could preserve the Union by getting rid of slavery, he will also do that as well. As the Republican Party just knew roughly about 5, 6 years old at the time Lincoln takes office, this is one of the mainstays that they are picking up. His background with his grandfather was a Quaker. Came here, was a Pennsylvanian person. So he has some influence on Quakers. So one of the sources that I've been looking at is William Penn's papers. And they are located at the State Archives here in Harrisburg, at the National Archives, and a couple of other universities in Pennsylvania. Another primary source that I was looking at as influence into Lincoln and the freedoms and liberties at that time was the Supreme Court case with Dred Scott. So as the Civil War began, Lincoln had one idea of liberty and freedom, but as the politics and abolitionists and other people influenced and the war continued, by 1863 it basically changed with the Emancipation Proclamation. Even though the preamble to the Emancipation came at the end of the Battle of Antietam in September 1862. All this, these individual freedoms and rights continue to evolve throughout Lincoln's presidency. So as I develop my paper, I'm looking forward to having more of an idea of those leaders that directly influenced Abraham Lincoln and our current liberties and freedoms in the United States. Thank you.